A shot of SoFi Stadium. Fans starting to file out of what was an incredible game. A great matchup with the Rams, of course, coming out on top 23-20 over the Cincinnati Bengals. Boy, all right, what a game, right? Right, a lot going on there. A lot of good, a lot of bad. Ultimately, two teams that battled through adversity, that put their best foot forward and tried their best to come out with a win. I give props to both sides. An incredible matchup, and really, for me personally, that's all I wanted to see was just a competitive game, and boy, did we certainly get that. Incredible to see Matthew Stafford and the Rams and a lot of those big name players get their first, a lot of them is their first Super Bowl title with the Rams. Of course, the second in franchise history for the Los Angeles Rams franchise. So again, absolutely great games. Just looking at some of the stats that came over here, 283 yards for Matthew Stafford, 3 touchdowns. He did have 2 interceptions. We'll get to that in just a bit. He was sacked twice. Joe Burrow, 263 yards, a touchdown, sacked 7 times. We talked about that earlier before this one started. The difference could be up front in the trenches. The defensive line for the Rams, offensive line for the Bengals is certainly yielded results for the Rams. And ultimately, that's just one aspect of many that helped them certainly get this win. Again, absolutely great game by all accounts. And hopefully you enjoyed it. I know if you're a Bengals fan, maybe not so much. If you're a fan of some of the other teams around the area, the Cowboys or the Commanders or anyone else out there, hopefully you just enjoy seeing a great competitive matchup. Cooper Kupp, your Super Bowl 56 MVP. He is the 8th player to be named Super Bowl MVP from the wide receiver position. So again, congratulations to the LA Rams and the Cincinnati Bengals. Boy, all right, some takeaways from this one. Starting with the offensive and defensive lines for each side, we knew it would be tough for Cincinnati to weather this storm. I thought early on they did very well with it. I think that they understood they had to try and get the ball out quick or get it to Mixon or get it to Piron early. Burrow understood that early. The Bengals understood that early. And I feel like they had an answer for it. But at the same time, it's only so much you can contain when it comes to the Rams defensive line. And then there are other guys that are sitting there at the linebacker position. So they handled it early. I thought the Bengals defense was more aggressive than perhaps I expected, honestly, especially that opening drive coming out with getting some sacks early there on Stafford. So kudos to them for stepping up when they needed it most. For the Rams, everybody took a gasp of air, right, when OBJ went down. And that really kind of hurt their offense just a bit there. They were sputtering. They had a nice little drought of no offense there for a while until that final drive. They had a great drive driving down the field and ended up going to Cooper Kupp for the go-ahead touchdown. I thought some of the penalty calls were a little questionable on that drive, especially in reference to how they were calling the game all throughout. And it seems like they got a little happy to throw the flag there late in the game. So anybody out there, just let me know your thoughts on the game. What did you enjoy most about it? I saw a few funny commercials personally. Nothing too crazy out there. I thought the halftime show was absolutely amazing. I couldn't take my eyes off of it. It was great from every single act, every single song, everything that they performed, and the people that performed, the surprise performance from 50 Cent there was great. Everybody, everything and everybody about the halftime was awesome. Really enjoyed that. And then, of course, the game itself was great. Again, Cooper Kupp, your Super Bowl 56 MVP, 8 receptions, 92 yards, 2 touchdowns in this one. And, of course, he had the big one, the go-ahead touchdown there late in the fourth. I thought the MVP could have perhaps also gone to Donald. I know he made a huge stop on Samaje Perine there on one of their final drives for the Bengals. And I thought he also could have deserved to take the MVP honors. He had ended up with 4 tackles, 3 solo, 2 sacks, and 2 tackles for loss in this game. And he got 3 quarterback hits as well. So great performance from Donald. Again, that's their leader. That's their star on that defensive front. He definitely took care of business. I thought that, again, Burrow had a solid game. Played well. Defense held just enough when they needed it to, but when they needed the offense to take charge, they just could not quite do it. And, of course, T. Higgins was amazing. 4 catches, 100 yards. He had 2 scores for the Bengals. So they put the best foot forward. I think there's nothing but positivity for them going forward. A very young team. Now that they've gotten there, they know what it takes to get over the hump, and we'll see if they can perhaps come on back for it. I thought it was interesting that they said in pregame Aaron Donald considering retirement after this game if they were to win. So will be interesting to see if he does indeed, walk away from the game after it is all said and done. No better way to go out than on top, but I feel like he's definitely got a couple of years left if he still wanted to dominate and perform at a very high level. Neither team really had a strong rushing attack. It was just pretty much straight through the air for a lot of this game. Cam Akers just 21 yards leading LA. Joe Mixon did have 72 yards on the ground, 15 carries for the Bengals, but this was much, much more of a game of trying to pick your poison and pick your opponent apart through the air for both of these teams. But hey, all we wanted was a great competition, great matchup. We loved it, and I definitely appreciated it. Nice to see some new faces, new names in the Super Bowl this year, especially with the Bengals. And again, as I mentioned earlier, these were 2 quarterbacks that have never won a playoff game in their careers, but yet they both make it to the Super Bowl this season. So what a fantastic job by them. A great feat by Matthew Stafford and Mr. Joe Burrow there. So again, kudos to them. Kudos to everybody with the Rams organization, Bengals organization, getting there and taking care of business as best they could and as much as they could. But it was the Rams coming out on top tonight, 23-20, coming out of that NFC West with the win over the Cincinnati Bengals. Again, I think the Rams very capable of coming back and doing this themselves. We shall see. We shall see what their numbers and staff and personnel will look like in the offseason and in the years to come. So it should be absolutely great to see both of these franchises moving forward, see what they can do. And of course, if you missed any of the game, just a little bit of it, some of it, if you came in on the second half or missed some of the first half, we'll get you covered coming up on 10 News at 11, 10 Sports at 11. Of course, after our Olympic coverage concludes tonight on WSLS. And, of course, we'll be breaking down some of the big hits, big plays, big moments of the game throughout the newscast and the sportscast tonight. And, of course, we'll also catch you up on a little hoops action, college hoops. Virginia Tech women, again, defeated number 23 North Carolina at home today. Their 4th ranked win of the season. They are on a roll, 4-game win streak now, and looking really, really good. Very likely to be ranked come tomorrow when those rankings come out for the women's college basketball poll. So, again, look forward to that. Look forward to giving you some of the highlights that you may have missed tonight on 10 Sports and 10 News at 11. And, of course, a little bit of Hokies basketball mixed in there, too. But until then, we will catch you later on our air on WSLS 10. And we hope to definitely see you soon. And hope that you definitely enjoyed Super Bowl here on WSLS. Have a good night.